Hello, Young Legion. This is the video summary of the videos from my channel. For example, in one of the last videos, I read the dreams of presidents and chiefs, which is about the simultaneous / hyper-simultaneous. For example, what never changes while it is the identity of change that controls whether it is positive or negative per its system, though. Because how it shows us that is where there are conjunctive 1/3/5 identities of sequence nature, distinct identities of sequence nature, as what is positive or negative to itself, and then further. So, for example, the truth treatments of a criminal insidiousness nature as those which were all identity ground locations per breaching method before the founding parents of each more modern country were even born. They were entertaining from what semi-inter times. When I mean entertaining, I mean formally. They didn't even realize till they were entertaining. They were furthering uses of sciences and defenses of that as premises for human fact, cheap nature qualities that couldn't defend themselves and counter the real causes of negative value nature progressions acts in natures at all locations wherever the human volume science is, because they caused nature to demonstrate that and how the education fact cheap nature quality as humanity had really been revealed to it originally, that had been tricked, hurt, forced, and persuaded undefended. But through other motivations to that, they made victims react as fact cheap nature quality, blaming other things, others, and or on themselves. So when they ask you who started slavery, the breaching method measures and maintains distinctly from our own, but also not distinctly from our own. Who measure and maintain people blaming other things, others, and themselves. And for example, the breaching method caused slavery. That was here before our founding parents were even born, who were slaves, who didn't have free speech. And who jumps up with passions and emotions to compare that? In other words, all they're doing is forcing a quality of fact, human nature that will not admit what is actually recorded. Science is not being and haven't been followed, and not as the nature of itself. And that's what President Trump's dream is. Make America great again. He means where the nature is going downward and downhill since before our founding parents were born. This is all tactically nature sustained against Native Americans. Now they have to entertain, or they use value nature systems that are all built tactically ulterior from the one that causes positive value nature progressions, acts or nations and natures per its system. See, they made value nature systems as economies, which is all right, but then they make the economies criminally foreign influence and pretending others, screening it. And so then unity and independence have not had their voices nor their shared one. See, the independent parts of your body have distinct needs. They're distinctly victims, also grouped. All the aspects of people individually grouped and together. They are distinctly victims of this fact cheap in nature qualities method, maintaining all qualities tactically ulterior from that quality which is, we can't help separate, we can't separate from us. We could invent other systems. Others could have invented them that wasn't our faults, but it's just entertaining it. It is no longer the syntax ties to our fact cheap nature, that one that is native, pure, and natural, pure. There's a difference between something that is natural as criminal insidiousness, especially criminal insidiousness, especially differentially, criminal instance that pretends it could be legalized. So there are exceptions to exception nature that begin and stay, as nature itself as our course. It is surging through all things alone, source, not force. It is surging through the force while it's there too. It is greater than, while, and more finite than the force while it's there too. Oh. So its identity of relationship to itself, and the value of that, is surging through all things, where and how all things have that identity of simultaneous nature that cannot and was not invented. That's what revealed us the way we are. Actually. See, but then criminal insidiousness nature became self-value. What is unnatural, pretending to be natural. This is why we haven't had the revelations about how slavery was unnatural. How come we haven't had them used? And how passions and emotions were standing by sciences anyway. Your many pray, vaccines. They teach us things.